Good morning, good day, good evening to each and every one. All right, so now we have Group C of YieldMax funds. Some of these have RoundHill, KURV, and RexShares. Most of these will be paying out on 27th, and some will be paying out on Thursday, the 26th. All right, let's get to it. These prices vary each month. If you should happen to own some of the above ETFs, here's a roundabout payout you should receive. Below is what you should get paid out for owning the number of shares multiplied by the price per share. All right, and as an example, just remember that on Thursday, the price generally is going to dip. So if the price, say for instance, is $25, distribution is $1, you can expect it to drop down to $24. That doesn't always happen, but most of the time that does happen. All right, so let's get to it. First up, we have is ABNY monthly ETF for YieldMax. Closed yesterday at $11.76. Previously closed a month ago at $12.32 and previously paid out 39 cents. Currently it's paying out 32 cents. So if you own 5,000 shares, it'd be $1,616. 10,000 shares would be $3,232. Next, we have AMD monthly ETF for Group C. Closed yesterday at 8.45, so it made a recovery from the last distribution. Previously paid out on May the 27th, $7.84. Previously paid out 42 cents. All right. Currently paying out 46 cents. So if you own 50 shares, that'd be $23.15. If you happen to own 340 shares like I do, that would be $157.75. And if you own 5,000 shares, that would be $2,314.50. Next, we have CONY, my biggest position of the YieldMax ETF. All right. Closed yesterday at $9.62. As I already in the pre-market, $9.80. Closed last month at $9.02. Previously paid out 74 cents. Currently paying out a reduced amount, sadly, of 54 cents. All right. So if you own 100 shares, it'd be $53.54. 1,000 shares will get you $535.40. If you happen to own 8,032 shares like I do, we're shooting for that 10K, which is the goal. The price is running up. We didn't want that. But anyway, all right. So if you own 8,032 shares, that would be a distribution amount of $4,333 for Group C. All right. Moving right along. Havana closed yesterday at 43.35. Closed last month at 47.46. It has not recovered. So it previously paid out $4.57. Paying out currently a huge reduced amount, and that is $1.71. So if you haven't owned 6 shares like I do, that would be $10.25. If you own 5,000 shares, that'd be $8,542. Next, we have Fiat of YieldMax. Closed yesterday at $3.72. $3.72. A month ago, it closed at $5.29, so it has not recovered. Previously paid out 27 cents, currently paying out 15 cents. So if you have 2,000 shares, that'd be $307.20. 10,000 shares will get you $1,536. Next, we have MSFO. Closed yesterday at 18.13. A month ago, it closed at 17.80, so it has made its recovery. Previously paid out as for its distribution, 55 cents. Currently paying out 49 cents. So if you have 1,000 shares, it'd be $484.80. 10,000 shares would be $4,848. Next, we have NFLY. Closed yesterday at 1906. Closed a month ago at 18.95, so it has made a recovery. Previously paid out 68 cents. Currently paying out a reduced amount of 43 cents. So if you have 2,000 shares at $860.60, 10,000 shares will get you $4,303. Next, we have HOOY. Closed yesterday at 67.56. A month ago, it closed at 60.77. So it made a huge recovery. All right. It previously paid out $3.30. Currently paying out double that amount, pretty much. $6.50. So if you have 500 shares, that'd be $3,251.50. 2,000 shares would be $13,006. And if you happen to own 10,000 shares, that would be $65,030. Nice. All right. Next, we have PYPY. Closed yesterday at $12.94. A month ago, it closed at $13.38. Almost made a recovery. Previously paid out 55 cents. Currently paying out a reduced amount of 33 cents. So 2,000 shares would be $659.40. 10,000 shares would be $3,297. Next, we have our weekly YieldMax fund, CHPY. Previously closed yesterday at 54.45. A month ago, it closed at 51.29 and previously paid out 41 cents. Currently paying out 38 cents. So that'd be at 2,000 shares, that'd be $753.40. 10,000 shares will get you $3,767. Next, we have a weekly ETF, GPTY. Closed yesterday at 47.44, so it made a nice recovery. It is previously a month ago, it was at 44.38, and it previously paid out 32 cents. Currently paying out 31 cents. So if you have 2,000 shares, that'd be $628. 10,000 shares would be $3,140. Next, we have LFGY. Closed yesterday at 39.89. A month ago, it closed at 40.73. Almost made a recovery. All right, so it previously paid out 47 cents, currently paying out 48 cents. So 5,000 shares will get you $2,418. 10,000 shares will be $4,836. Next, we have QDTY, weekly ETF. Closed yesterday at 43.23. A month ago, it closed at 42.46, so it made a recovery. Previously paid out 24 cents. Currently paying out a huge reduced amount of 12 cents. Let's make that 12 cents. All right. 5,000 shares will get you $594. 10,000 shares will get you $1,188. Next, we have RDTY. Closed yesterday at 46.30. A month ago, it closed at 44.89. Previously paid out 33 cents. Currently paying out 20 cents. So if you have 1,000 shares of this, that would be $203.50. 10,000 shares would be $2,035. Next, we have SDTY. Closed yesterday at 44.20. A month ago, closed at 43.60. Previously paid out 22 cents. Currently paying out a reduced amount of 12 cents. All right, so if you have 500 shares, it'd be $57.55. 10,000 shares would be $1,151. Next, we have OT, weekly ETF of YieldMax. Closed yesterday at $6.30. A month ago, it closed at $6.25. Nice recovery. It previously paid out 9 cents. Currently paying out 9 cents. All right. So if you own 50 shares, it'd be $4.62. If you happen to own 406 shares like I do, we both will receive $37.47. And if you happen to own 5,000 shares, it'll be $641.50. Next, we have YMAG. Closed yesterday at 15.23. Previously closed a month ago at 15.64. Pretty nice recovery. All right, it paid out previously 17 cents, currently paying out 16 cents. So if you own 10,000 shares, that'd be $1,574, and 500 shares will get you $78.70. Next, we got YMAX to the max. All right, closed yesterday at 13. Previously closed a month ago at 13.77. Nice, almost recovery. All right. Previously paid out 14 cents, currently paying out 16 cents. All right. So if you own 50 shares like I do, that'll be $7.74. And if you own 10,000 shares, it'll be $1,548. Next, we have RoundHill weekly ETF, QDTE, closed yesterday at 34.94. A month ago, it closed at 34.23. Previously paid out 21 cents, currently paying out a nice 25 cents. All right, so if you have 1,000 shares, it'd be $246.64. 10,000 shares will get you $2,466.40. Next, we have RDTE, closed yesterday at 34.35, previously paid closed at 33.82, and previously paid, let's see here, let's go with 24 cents, right? All right, so currently it's paying out 28 cents. So that's a nice increase. 5,000 shares will get you $1,373.28, and 10,000 shares will get you $2,746.55. All right, next we have our weekly ETF, RoundHill XDTE. Closed yesterday at 43.72. A month ago, it closed 43.29 and previously paid out 22 cents. So it made a nice recovery. All right, currently paying out 27 cents. So 50 shares will get you $13.47, and 10,000 shares will get you $2,694.17. All right, YBTC of RoundHill closed yesterday at 45.60. Previously closed a month ago at 47.98. Previously paid out 20 cents. Currently paying out a nice 28 cents. So 50 shares will get you $13.76, and 2,000 shares will get you $550.51. All right, KURV monthly ETF, KQQQ, closed yesterday at 26.33. A month ago closed at 25.34. Previously paid out 25 cents and currently paying out 20 cents. So 50 shares would be $10, and 5,000 shares will get you $1,000. All right, next we have KURV NFLP, closed yesterday at 42.01. A month ago it closed at $40.30. So it made a nice recovery. Previously paid out 55 and currently paying out 55 cents. All right. So 1,000 shares will be $550, and 5,000 shares will be $2,750. Next, we have RexShares FEPI. Previously closed a month ago at 44.13. Previously paid out 93 cents, currently paying out 96 cents. All right. So if you own 500 shares, it'd be $481.10. And if you own 10,000 shares, it'd be $9,622. Next, we have AIPI, RexShares, closed yesterday at 43.97. Previously closed at 42.54 and previously paid $1.23. Currently paying out a nice $1.27. All right, so if you own 2,000 shares, it'd be $2,547.80, and 10,000 shares will get you $12,739. All right, our last ETF for RexShares of this group is CEPI. Closed yesterday. This is his first time paying out. So it closed yesterday at 39.26. No, it's not the first. I just don't have it here. All right. I'm sorry. All right. So it shows that it closed yesterday at 39.26 and previously paid $1.38 and currently paying out another $1.38. All right, so 5,000 shares will be $6,898.50, and 10,000 shares would be $13,797. All right, so that is going to conclude Group C of YieldMax funds. All right, so let's get these dividends. I'm out.